Hey everyone, have you ever wondered who assembled Earth's mightiest heroes before the modern Avengers even existed? Today, we're diving into the blazing origin story of one of Marvel's most overlooked powerhouses, Firehair, the Lady Phoenix. Picture this, a clearing permanently scorched into the ancient Earth where xenophobic tribes would sacrifice anyone who dared to be different. This was the Burnt Place, and it's where our story begins. As a newborn, Firehair was abandoned by her own parents simply because of her crimson hair, a difference that marked her for death in their eyes. But where humans saw an abomination, a pack of wolves saw a child worth saving. Imagine a small girl with wild red hair racing alongside wolves, learning to hunt, to survive, not as human, but as part of the pack. For 10 years, the wolves were the only family she knew. She occasionally returned to the Burnt Place, not understanding its significance, only to chase away the massive buzzards that gathered there. But her life among the wolves couldn't last forever. Therefore, when she discovered another child, this one with only one eye, abandoned at the Burnt Place, everything changed. Firehair wasn't alone at the Burnt Place that day. A mysterious floating man appeared, communicating not with words, but directly into her mind. Terrified, she initially fled back to her wolf family. But curiosity is a powerful force. Therefore, she eventually followed this Highwalker, as she came to call him, and discovered something remarkable: a community of outcasts, just like her. The tribe without fear was a sanctuary for those the other tribes had rejected, those born different, those with emerging abilities that frightened the superstitious tribes. The Highwalker had rescued them all from certain death and taken it upon himself to raise and train them. For the first time, Firehair found herself among others who understood what it meant to be different. But leaving her wolf pack behind wasn't easy. She was torn between two worlds: the simplicity of life among the wolves and the complexity of rejoining human society, even one as unusual as this. Imagine being raised without human language, without human customs, only the raw, instinctual ways of wolves. This was Firehair, wild, untamed, and fiercely loyal to those she considered pack. Her personality was a study in contrasts, suspicious of strangers, yet capable of profound connection. Quick to anger, yet capable of stunning compassion. The Highwalker saw beyond her feral nature to the potential within, a potential that would soon manifest in ways none of them could have imagined. Despite her reluctance to fully embrace human society, Firehair sensed a kindred spirit in the Highwalker. Both were outsiders in their own way. Both possessed abilities beyond normal human understanding. Just as Firehair was beginning to find her place among the tribe without fear, something stirred within her. Latent mutant abilities awakened, psychic powers that allowed her to sense danger before it arrived. And danger was coming. The neighboring tribes, fearful of the abominations in their midst, planned an attack on the tribe without fear. Firehair's newly awakened abilities allowed her to warn the Highwalker, but the warning came with terrible consequences. As the Highwalker attempted to negotiate with the attacking tribes, buying time for his students to escape, something went catastrophically wrong. Firehair's untrained psychic abilities were overwhelmed by the attackers' fear and rage. The Highwalker, distracted by his attempt to soothe her pain, dropped his guard for just a moment. That moment was all it took. The Highwalker fell, and with him, Firehair's hope died too. She collapsed, unconscious, as her fellow students gave in to their rage and attacked. When the dust settled, everyone, both attackers and defenders, lay dead. Everyone except Firehair. The weight of guilt crushed her. Therefore, she returned to the Burnt Place, intending to die among the buzzards that circled there. She blamed herself for the deaths of the only human family she had ever known, and considered turning her own powers against herself. But the Burnt Place held a secret. It wasn't just any clearing. It was the landing site of the cosmic Phoenix Force when it first arrived on Earth. And now, Drawn to Firehair's immense raw psychic potential, it found its perfect host. As she lay waiting for death, the phoenix manifested, driving away the buzzards and offering her power beyond imagination. But this power came with a terrible purpose. The phoenix existed to burn away the old and make way for the new. Through Firehair, it sought to raise planets to ash. Consumed by grief and rage over the loss of the Highwalker and her friends, Firehair nearly gave in. The Dark Phoenix was born in that moment of vengeance, a being of pure destructive potential ready to burn the world that had rejected her. But then, a miracle. The very wolf that had saved her as an infant appeared at the burnt place. This creature that had shown her kindness when humans had shown only cruelty reminded her of what truly mattered. Therefore, instead of destruction, Firehair chose protection. She would use the Phoenix's cosmic power not to burn the world, but to defend those who couldn't defend themselves. Years passed, and Firehair, now known as Lady Phoenix, understood that some threats were too great for any one being to face alone. Therefore, she sought out others with extraordinary abilities. Her first recruit? None other than Odin of Asgard. Together, they assembled a team that would become known as the Stone Age Avengers. Firehair wasn't just a member of this team. She was its heart, its fierce protector. During battles, she displayed not just tremendous power, but a love of combat that matched even Odin's Asgardian warrior spirit. She would tease her comrade and lover about his initial struggles to control the newly forged Mjolnir, even as she suggested immolating their enemies with her cosmic flames. One of their greatest challenges came in the form of the Fallen, a corrupted celestial god infected by the cosmic parasite known as the Horde. During this battle, Firehair unleashed Phoenix flames hot enough to melt a supernova against the cosmic entity. But even this wasn't enough. The Fallen didn't even bear a scratch from her attack. Yet the Stone Age Avengers persevered. Therefore, they eventually defeated the Celestial and imprisoned it deep beneath what would one day become South Africa. This was just the beginning. The team went on to battle the first host of Celestials, sent to judge Earth. They faced Mephisto and his demonic minions. They even confronted a young Thanos and time-traveling despots who sought to conquer the ancient Earth. The relationship between Firehair and Odin was passionate but complicated. When the Black Panther died, Odin's insensitive reaction drove a wedge between them. And when he later attempted to force her to marry him, Firehair left Earth, vowing never to return. But the story of Lady Phoenix wasn't over. Thousands of years later, she served as midwife to Gaia during the birth of Thor Odinson. When the newborn god was assassinated by Laufey, Firehair used the Phoenix Force to resurrect him, imbuing Thor with a portion of the Phoenix's power. Gaia declared her Thor's second mother, a connection that would echo through the ages. Time passed, and cosmic threats continued to emerge. When the multiversal masters of evil threatened all reality, Firehair sensed the danger. She followed the conflict to the God Quarry, where she even battled a dark phoenix from another reality. But her greatest moment came in her final battle. Alongside Starbrand, Firehair made the ultimate sacrifice to restore universes decimated by the Council of Red's machinations. Her physical form perished, but her essence lives on in the white-hot room with other Phoenix avatars. Now, for those of you who play Marvel Snap, you might be familiar with Firehair as a card in the game. Her current ability lets her trigger other cards' on-reveal effects when they're destroyed. But does this truly capture the essence of this powerful character? Think about it. In Marvel Snap, Firehair's ability focuses on using the destruction of her allies. This does connect to part of her Phoenix Force legacy, the power that burns away the old to make way for the new. But it misses something crucial about her character. You see, Firehair wasn't just about destruction. She was about rebirth, protection, renewal. Therefore, if I were designing her card today, I might suggest a different ability. When a card is destroyed, add a copy of it to your hand with -1 cost. Just imagine the storytelling potential here. Your card gets destroyed, Firehair brings it back, stronger and cheaper, just as she resurrected Thor in the comics. This ability would better represent the true duality of the Phoenix Force, not just destruction, but the miraculous power of rebirth that follows. It would honor both her protective nature and her incredible psychic abilities that allowed her to connect deeply with others. Thank you for taking this journey with me. Who do you want me to cover next? Let me know in the comments. Until next time.